Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. This video tutorial is mainly to teach you guys how to write a complete assembly language based on this question. So here I already make a note here. Pink highlight is for .data or the things that we want to declare in our code later, and the blue highlights which is the things that we need to do in the dot code or for the process or the formula for this kind of question. Okay, so in here we have 6 area, area 1, area 2, area 3, area 4, area 5 and area 6 with 2 data which is positive COVID and die of COVID, which is all the data is already given here based on the area. Okay, so let's read the questions. Alright, so input. Input for this program is the positive and die values for those area given in the table. So means we already know which one is the input. Alright, so this one would be the input that we need to declare in a dot data. So this is 1. This is the number 2. Alright. Declare integer array positive and die and initialize using the given values, and 2 more variables are needed. One for the array index I. Okay, we have another one here, I. And one for the total sum. Okay, here, sum. Okay, in this question, both need to be declared as integer variables and sum has to be initialized to 0. Alright, okay, so next, processing. Okay, survivor can be calculated by subtracting the die from the positive. Okay, the survivor. Alright, this survivor we need to declare in dot data also. Okay, but the formula for the survivor is this one. After you guys read this, you will notice that survivor means positive divide die. Okay, by subtracting the die from positive, it means positive minus die. This has to be done for all areas, so we need to use the formula for all those area in here. We have 6 area. Alright, so we need to calculate all the survivor for each area. Alright, so next, the total survivors can be calculated by summing up all the survivors for each area. So next, we need to find all total survivors. So this is also the things that we need to declare in the dot data. So this is also how we want to find, which is the formula. Okay, so total survivors. Okay, total survivor survivor. Okay, we need to calculate that survivor at the above one. So I will make the formula like this, plus survivor, because it does give the hint, which is we need to use loop, because survivor means the data that we need to calculate for each area. So we have 6 area survivor. So in order to get total survivor, we need to add all 6 area of survivor. Okay, so that is the formula that we need to do, because we need to get the survivor for each area. Alright, so we need to use loop. So that is the formula. Total survivor equal to total survivor plus survivor. That is the formula. Okay, so next, the calculated survivor for each area and total survivors are to be printed as output as follows. Okay, so this is the output that we want to do. We want to write. Same like this, especially like this. So let's continue. Let's start. Alright, so let's write our code now. Okay, so first is positive COVID. Okay, let me zoom a little bit. Alright, positive, okay, COVID. So as the previous video, I'm always ask you guys, every time we see number, we need to declare with the word. Unless the question asks you to declare with other data type. So positive COVID, 10,000, 50,000, okay, 80,000, 75,000, 65,000, and the last one would be 40,000. Alright, so next would be die of COVID. Oh, I'm sorry. Input for this program is the positive and die. So no COVID at the back. So just positive. Alright, just positive. Also next is the die. So just die. Follow the question. I forgot. Alright, die is 5,000, 44,500, 750, 650, and 10,500, and the last one is 3,600. Okay, done. Alright, so next one is the survivor. Okay, so I know this survivor have no data. Alright, so the below one survivor can be calculated by subtracting the die from positive. I know that we need to use that formula to find the survivor, but we need to store the value of each area survivor in the array bag. So survivor D word with 6 question mark. We need to reserve the place before we can store the data later. Okay, 6 question mark. Okay, next. And then we go next in the input. We already declare positive die, and then we have index. Alright, so let's declare index, which means we are going to use I. Okay, uppercase I using a D word. If you don't know what number that you need to declare I with, you just put question mark first. Later on, we can fix this while we are doing our code. Alright. And then the next one is the total sum, which is we need to declare sum in here. Alright. So sum has to be initialized by 0. So this part, it's already tell you to declare with 0. Alright. I and the sum. And this one declared, both need to be declared as integer variables, and sum has to be initialized to 0. It only tells sum that must be to declare with 0. Only sum. Alright. So next. Survivor I already declared, and the next one is the total survivor. So I'm going to declare here total survivor D word. Okay, because I don't know yet. Alright, the total. Next. Okay, this is the output. Alright, for the output part, what you guys need to do in here? Okay, what did you guys need to do in here? Okay, so the thing is, we need to come out with this text before the value at the back. Okay, the problem is we have area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can do the loop, which is 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 5. Okay, and then whatsoever. So we need to declare area only. Okay, the one which is area only. Okay, where's my pen? Okay, the area only. And then this part only. So which is how many text that we need to declare for this one, which is 2. Okay, so I'm going to declare here area text. Okay, for the text we need to use byte data type area. Alright, space. Okay, because there are space before the number. Alright, and then null. Next, what we call that? Survivor text. survivor text by survive, or we have space here, survivor and space and then equal and space again. Alright, I'm sorry, comma. Alright, for this one, survivor text. Okay, we done that. And next, when what's next? We can see here, this one. So we need to do that one. Line text. I just give whatever variable names that's suitable for it lah. So you can give whatever name for this variable. It's okay, as long it's meaningful. So I will just put this much. Okay. If the line is not enough, you can add later. So I will just do this much. Alright. Next. This word, the total survivors. Alright. Total text. The total survivors. Comma 0. Alright, I'm done here because the last line is same as the above, so we can print out again the line text. We can print the line text twice. Okay, so no need to declare 2 times. Line text 1, line text 2, no need. We just do it once and we call it twice. We call twice. We declare once. Alright, so done for the declaration. Okay, if in case that I miss something, I will come back later on the dot data. So let's proceed to dot code. Alright, so first, okay, I know that this is array. Whatever it is, I need to take each of data. I need to take positive COVID and die of COVID from the area or from that index. Okay, so when we see this kind of table or when we see this kind of array, so we need to know that the first array would be in the index 0. Alright, and then don't forget that we are using data type dword in here. So means dword is for line. For line. So our first data is at index 0 and our second data would be at index 4. Third data would be at index 8. Fourth, index 12. Our area 5 would be at index 16. And the last one would be at the index 20. Is it correct? 0, 4, 8, 12, 16 and 20. Alright. So here. Okay. So next, I'm going to proceed. Alright. To write the code. Okay. So these things we need to do in the loop. In the loop. So for this one, when we want to write the loop, it would be like this. For okay, for something like this. Okay. Okay. Alright. So we know that. Alright, guys. So we know that we need to declare index, which is I. Alright. So what is the purpose of I in here? Okay. So we know that index is not 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not like that. So the index would be 0, 4, 8, 12, 16 and 20. So what is this I for? So I, the array index I is for this one. Is for this one. Let me circle. I for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I is for that one. Okay. So let's start. Okay. in order for us to do the looping, okay, we need to do move ECX. Okay, how many loop for this kind of question? Since we have 6 areas, so the looping should be 6 only. So instead of you write 6, you can use length of positive. It would be 6 also. Alright. Alright. So next, I'm doing a label here. So loop L1. So this is the looping. Okay, I just do a simple looping, which is this one would be 6 times of looping. Okay, because we have 6 area. Okay, this should be loop 6 times. Okay, 6 times. Okay, next, what we need to do, we need to make sure this will go to their index. Okay, this will go to their index. So choose one register, which is from ESI or EDI. You can choose either one. So let's say I'm choosing ESI for this question. Okay, so we know that ESI here, okay, will start with what? Will start with what index? 0 or 1? Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use for this one 0, 4, 8, 12, 16 and 20 for the real index. Okay, I'm using ESI for this one. This one I'm using for ESI. So the first index would be 0. Alright, so next, in order to go to next index, I need to plus with 4. 0 plus 4, 4 plus 8, plus 2, plus 4, 12, plus 4, 16, plus 4, 20. So we need to add before go to the next loop. Okay, so I'm going to add the ESI with 4 in here. Instead of I'm using 4 in here, I can use type positive. Because positive is D word. So type positive, D word means 4 also. So I can use type positive in here instead of writing 4 in there. You can write 4, there's no wrong in there, but I prefer you guys to use type positive. Type positive means 4 also. So we are done. This coding would be go to each index in here so we can reach all the number in here. And then next, the problem is for the output letter, which is I want to display 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so this one I'm using I. So let's use this one for index also. I'm using another register index EDI. So this one would be start with I. Okay, move EDI I. Alright. Okay, so I am going to declare with a 0. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to declare it with what should I do? I think 1. Yes. 1. I'm going to do 1. Okay. So next, the next loop would be 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I need to add the EDI with 1. So I add EDI with 1. Okay, because after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to add EDI 1. Alright. So the first loop would be EDI would be 1. The index would be 1. Area 1 survival, the 1. Number 1. Add EDI 1. Next, before it go to the next loop, it will be 2. Plus 1, it will be go to the next one is 3, 4, 5 and whatsoever. So next things. Okay, so we can start to do our looping here. So first of all, we need to reach the data positive COVID, which is the 10,000. How to get the positive COVID? Okay, so I'm using what we call that oh, what is that? Okay, I want to get the data. All right, I want to get the data. So what I can do here is choose one register. Okay, so I will get this data and choose one register to put it where. So example, this one in EAX. All right, so move EAX positive. Okay, positive what? Okay, which one I'm using for index? Okay, I'm using ESI, not EDI. EDI is for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let me make a comment here. This one for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, ESI, I'm using it for 0, 4, 8. Apa tadi? 12, 16 and 20. So I'm using ESI here. Okay, so I'm going to take from the index 0, the value from it. Okay, and then so in order for us to calculate the survival, we need to get the die of COVID also. So since the die of COVID also have 6 data and also it using a D word, we can use the same loop to take the data also. Alright, we can use the same loop to take the data also. Okay, so here what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to get the die of COVID. I'm using this and I put it in EBX. Okay, EBX die. ESI. Oops, sorry. Die ESI. Okay. So it means here EAX is positive. Let's say this is index 0. The first loop, alright? So EBX is equal to die. The first one would be the index 0. So 10,000 and 5,000. This 10,000 in EAX, sorry, the EBX would be 5,000. And now what we need to do next is to get the survivor. So how to calculate the survivor? We need to subtract them. Alright, we need to subtract them. So I'm going to subtract, alright, EAX and EBX. Why EAX, EBX? Because we want to minus positive with die. So positive subtract die. So positive subtract die. So it should be like this. So the answer would be in EAX. Okay, EAX equal to EAX minus EBX. Alright, so our answer is in EAX. And then I'm done in here after I get the survivor. So I need to store the data in the survivor array. Okay, I need to store the data in the survivor array here. Okay, so how I'm going to do that one? So here, move. Survivor. Okay. ESI also, because same index, still same index. We are still in the same looping. Index 0, index 0, index 0. We are still not yet go to the loop. So this ESI is still 0. Alright. So next, I put the EAX inside the survivor. So survivor. Okay, let's say this is the first loop. Survivor 0 would be same as the value EAX. Alright, so like this one. So 10,000 minus 5,000, you get 5,000 for the survivor. So this one, after you subtract, the answer 5,000 would be in EAX. And then you move the EAX, which is 5,000. We put it in this survivor ESI index 0, 5,000. So here, okay, look at my cursor, would be a 5,000. That is what I'm doing right now. Alright. So next question. So what we need to do is get the total of survivor. Okay, get the total of survivor. We need to add everything up. Alright, we need to add everything up also. So total survivor equal to total survivor plus survivor. So let's go to the dot data first. So total survivor equal to total survivor plus survivor, as you guys can see in here. So whenever you see this kind of question, which is this, oh I'm sorry, wait a second. Okay, this one. Whenever you see this kind of question, which is total survivor yourself, you plus with survivor, and then you save it again in the total survivor. How you want to plus? So, do you want to use question mark plus survivor 5,000, or you want to use 0? Question mark cannot be add with 5,000. Only 0 can be add with 5,000. So we need to initialize total survivor with 0 in here. So next, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the value of survivor, okay, and do the what we call that, put it in the total survivor. So the survivor value is still in AX and also in a survivor ESI. Alright, you need to know the value of survivor 5,000 is still in AX even though you already move it in the survivor. The value also is still in AX. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add total what I'm going to use here, add total survivor, okay, comma EAX. It will be same like this. Because survivor is in EAX, you cannot use like this. You cannot do like this. Memory and memory cannot. So that's why we are using EAX. Okay, so memory and register. You can do this one. Why I'm doing like this? So total survivor equal to total survivor plus EX. Okay, total survivor equal to total survivor plus EX. Okay. Next. Alright. Next, what are we going to do next? Okay, so we're gonna get the total survivor and whatsoever. It's gonna loop 6 times. It's gonna loop 6 times. So what we need to do next is to focus to the output. Okay, so area 1 survivor equal to 5,000. So we need to get this area first, display this area first. Okay, so let's do before add. If not, it's gonna increase this number 1 because number 1 we are using EDI, right? Alright, this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are using EDI. So we need to do before we add with 1. If not, it will display area 2 survivor. I don't want that because we want to display area 1 survivor first. Okay, so let's write in here. Move EDX offset. Okay, we need to get the area first. Area, okay, area text. Oh, sini. Alright, and then we call write string. Can I take a look at this one? Can this code be run? It should come out 6 times. Yes. Area 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the loop is correct 6 times and the area also coming out 6 times. Okay. So next I want to print out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, after that, so 1. Where's the 1? One would be in EDI because I'm using EDI. So I need to transfer that in EAX first. I need to transfer that in EAX first. Okay. So move EAX EDI. Alright, and then I'm using call write deck. Because call write deck can only display the value in EAX. So the things is number one is in EDI. So I need to move it to the EAX so that I can call write deck. Okay, that is the reason. So let's try run. Okay, it's correct. Area 1, Area 2, Area 3, Area 4, Area 5 and Area 6. It's correct. Okay, next what I'm going to do is to print the survivor. So, sini. Move EDX offset the word survivor text. I'm going to put it here. Correct string. Okay, let's print this out. Okay, area 1 survivor equal, area 2 survivor equal, and whatsoever. Alright, so until area 6 survivor, it's correct. And now I want to display this one. This one is survivor. So I'm going to call this one. Okay, I need to put survivor ESI in EAX. Okay, move EAX survivor ESI. Because we already save it in survivor ESI, so I need to call it back because I'm using correct deck. Okay, so because I'm using correct deck, that's why I need to transfer the value of survivor ESI to EAX. So then we can display the value. So let's see. Okay, 5,000, 45,500, 79,250, 74,350, 54,500, and the last one 36,400. Okay, so the next problem is the next line. We need to make a new line. So I just put call CRLF in here. Okay, so there's too many new lines, so I'm going to delete the space. Alright, so this is all about the text for the output part. So let's go run. Alright, it's beautiful. Okay, it seems so I need to print out this line. This line, the line name is what? Line text. Line text. Okay, line text. So I'm going to copy this name. Line text. So I'm going to add this one in here. Move EDX offset line text and call write string. So let's see. Oh my god, it's supposedly not to be like that. So means, what does it mean? We cannot print the line in the loop. That is our problem. So we cannot print the line in our loop. So we need to do after the loop. So I'm going to cut this code and put it outside the loop. In here. So let's try run. Okay, it's correct. Okay, so I'm going to put new line. Okay, new line. Call CRLF. Okay, we almost there. Okay, it's pretty and nice. So we need to print out the total survivors equal. The total survivors equals in here. Total text. Total text. So move EDX offset total text. Call write string. Okay. Alright. So the total survivors equal. Alright. So where did we save the total survivor in here? So we save the total survivor in the variable of total survivor. So we need to display 295,000. So we need to call total survivor lah. So we need to use call right deck to display the number of the total of survivor. So if you want to call right deck, we need to make sure the value must be in EAX. So which means we need to put the value from the total survivor variable, put it in EAX, so then we can call right deck. So let's go. Alright, yes, we get it. 295,000. And then the last one is the line. Okay, the line one is the line text. Okay, move EDX offset line text call right string. Okay, let's run it again. Oh my god, we make a mistake here. So after 295,000, we need to put cost CRLF in here. Also means correct that here. We need to add cost CRLF in here. So let's run. Will it fix the code? Yes. And then the last one, press any key to continue, also must be in the next line. So another cost CRLF in here. Yes, we done. So finally our code is done. Okay, so this is how we do the code. This is how it should be. Okay, so let me show you the whole coding here. So this is all the things that we need to declare. We have how many variables here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 dot data in here. Okay, this is the loop. Okay, is x length of positive, which is the length of positive is 6 because there are 6 data in the positive. Okay, so why we call in the one loop? In one loop, we can do so many things, which is we can call the positives value, we can call die value, and even though we can save the data back in the survivor array. Because we are in the same index, guys. In one loop, we can do many things. So in index 0, we can call positive COVID, and we can call die of COVID, calculate, and we save it back in the survivor in one loop. In single loop, in the single loop index 0, we can do many things. Okay, so this is how I simplify my code, by the way. Okay, I call positive, I call die in the index 0, and then I subtract the value, and then I save it in the survivor ESI in here. And even though I add the survivor in each area and save it in total survivor also in that loop, and also I'm calling everything out to display. So this is how we should do the code, and everything else is just to display the output. Okay, I'm going to run again and show you the final output. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is how it should be. Alright, so I think that's all for my tutorial. Okay, for this question, I will provide it in my YouTube description. You can download it later. So thank you for watching. Hope it will help you guys. Bye bye.